Howdy. Just finishing getting everything up and running here. And we make sure I got my computer up. Hello, everybody who has popped in. Feast your eyes on the beauties. We will go over it all. And if you're just here to hang out, that's so cool. You can hang out all you want. If you want to buy, you find some things you love, that's awesome too. So, hold on, still getting my computer up and running. Okay, there we go. I think it looks like I'm up. Okay, hello. At some point, Melanie came in. I don't know if she's still here. ZJ Browning, welcome. Love my moose. Nikki Moss, okay, love that. Two Dizzy Cats, Melanie again, Jacqueline, Shelley's Vintage Finds, Cannes Treasures, Timeless Treasures, New York, cool, my daughter lives in New York. And then I see my dear friend Chrissy, and that's what we're looking at so far. Hello. I'm, as usual, putting my jewelry on at the last minute. And apparently, where is my ring? Oh, here. Okay, well, I am bringing you tonight a jewelry haul, which obviously comes with some sales here. I got most of the stuff done, but there's some smaller jewelry I didn't get to, but we can go through that stuff together, kind of figure out what's going on with it. If you're new here, my name is Curry, so hello. And I'm going to turn my phone up for 1 second. I don't mean to make you dizzy, but I just need to clean this screen because I just put lotion on my hands and then I go and I touch that phone and it's the worst. So blurry. It's not what I want for you guys. So anyways, yeah. So tonight I'm going to be bringing you lots of beautiful. This is whenever I do a haul, that means I'm bringing super nice, gorgeous, beautiful, valuable jewelry because these are all items that I've gone out and sourced and paid for individually. I didn't find them in a jewelry jar. I didn't, just happen. I mean, it's possible I came across them at a thrift store or I came across them at an antique store, but I'm always trying to look for the best value when I'm purchasing it. So then it gives me the ability to turn around and offer that value, to you guys. So, I was able to find some good stuff and, we're going to get into it. So, all right. So I guess my question for you guys, before I start, well, what I'm going to do here, you just give you a really close zoom in. We got some beautiful, natural stone earrings, some sterling silver earrings. These are some really beautiful art glass earrings, plus a pearl necklace there. Some beautiful, most likely Swarovski crystal. And these are actually sterling silver clipbacks. You don't often see that. That's just a certain brand of jewelry that I have a few of. These are some gold items and a very vintage. Look at this item. A very vintage husband and wife kind of pendant necklace. Maybe they were both doctors. Maybe that's why it comes on there. Got some, beautiful, copper enameled jewelry. This is Silpata. This is butterfly wing. Some glass earrings. This is very vintage and Otis. You don't often find rhinestone bracelets and necklaces like this. They're actually sterling. This one is sterling. This one's Joan Rivers. I don't have a brand on this one, but it is unbelievably stunning. Gorgeous. Sterling silver. Hey, Carrie, how are you? Marcasites, faceted glass. It can be either a pendant or a brooch. Got some more copper here and a lovely gold-filled necklace there. Not sure what the stone is. Some more sterling silver earrings. A very old, dress clip. Some, little halo earrings there. Some, this is Silpata, actually, sterling silver. We got a few rings, a pearl bracelet, Murano, Millefiori, twisting, Sorry, let me move this. Twisting rope chains. Sorry, let me turn you down again. I'm moving this over here out of the way because I'm not going to keep all of them there at the same time. I think I'll do a few from this one and then I'll move on. Now, I didn't download any pre-bids tonight, and I did that on purpose. I, in the past, have spent literally 6 hours researching, downloading pre-bids, putting pictures in and all that. And then, only a few things of those will sell. And it's like, I put all that time. So I need to put the time in to where it's going to benefit me if I'm in a sale or not. So instead, I have all the information for this. I can share with you. They all are going to have prices. You can let me know if you want me to start the bid on them. But then I can turn around and I have all the information. Then instead of it being entered on the computer, they are going to be, on a little sticky note that I can stick in the baggie when I move on to stage 2, which would be probably listing things on my eBay store. So I haven't said it yet, but yes, I do in fact also have an eBay store. I sell mostly, my higher end jewelry on there, precious metals, gemstones, valuable vintage jewelry, etc., blah, blah, blah. I also have a YouTube channel. So if you haven't checked that out yet, definitely go check that out. So I'm going to bring you a lot of beautiful jewelry tonight that we can check out together. Some of you, this is going to be completely out of your price point, and that's okay. You can just watch, and it's just a jewelry haul, and you can just enjoy learning about the jewelry, and that's cool. Some of you are collectors or into these, types of pieces, and you might have some beautiful options here that you might be wanting to add to your collection, or you may be looking to buy some Christmas presents or gifts for others or the like. So whatever brings you here tonight, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. And Can's Treasures, welcome in. Can I see the blue necklace on the left bottom corner? Are you talking about this one? Yes, most likely that is check glass. Isn't that beautiful? It's so pretty. Crystals, bezel set, crystals there, possibly Swarovski, obviously. I don't know how old Swarovski is, and I don't necessarily know how old this necklace is. It does have a spring ring clasp there. Yeah. So I'll just start with that one. Let's do it. But I wanted to share something first before I did that. I wanted to real briefly talk about how, when I'm out there sourcing for jewelry, I obviously most of what I'm doing is to resell, but sometimes when you come across certain things, and any reseller would understand this, you come across certain things and you're like, okay, I'm not purchasing that to resell. I'm purchasing it for myself. Because as resellers, we're always trying to get the lowest prices in order to then flip them and offer these beautiful pieces to other people at things that could potentially be in their budget. But sometimes the price isn't as much of an issue because maybe I'm only looking at the item because it maybe has a personal connection, or, I personally absolutely love it, and I've been collecting something and I never run across that type of thing. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And the price isn't as much. You're willing to pay up even more knowing that it's just going to be in your hands. Okay. So, I am 55 years old. Hello. Yes. Old Curry here. I have 3 kids. I just recently became an empty nester where they're all off in college or even past college. And my mother died, I don't know, probably 4 years ago. Too early to me. She died at 72, which is just too early. But, thinking past that onto the even generation past my mother, obviously my grandmother on both sides of my family they've both been gone a long time, but they still hold memories, and they still for some people, especially in names, sometimes those old generations are carried forward in names. I know my husband is a junior because his father was a senior of their name. And then we named our son the third, so sometimes those names carry on. Well, my grandmother uh, on my father's side, her name was Ruth, and that is such an old school name, like really old. And I certainly rarely come across jewelry with the name Ruth on it, but because we are very family oriented, like all of my children, their names partially for all three of them have partial parts in them that are of older family members that we kind of carried. It's usually their middle name. So my daughter, Caroline, she goes by Caroline, but her middle name is Ruth. And of course, she's probably like, oh my gosh, that name's so old, whoever is called Ruth these days. But that's what her middle name is. And it's because it was my grandmother's name. And I was out shopping the other day and I came across this beautiful, I've seen these often. These are, sometimes these can be gold filled, the wire that they've used. I haven't tested this or anything yet. It is prong set with those rhinestones on the side. But of course, I was in love with it just because it held meaning to me. And I bought it because it meant something to me. Just like people out there who are purchasing for whatever reason you're purchasing, there's meaning behind it. But I just wanted to share that because, when we're shopping for different things in mind, So anyways, I thought that was super neat. And, I don't know if I'll give it to my daughter, or if I'll just hold on to it for a while because, I'm not sure my daughter would appreciate wearing her grandmother's Ruth name that she probably didn't love her whole life on her wrist. Sorry, I'm trying to get this unhooked here. It sort of is, sorry. It's hooked on the little bump. Doesn't want to come out for me and I don't want to break it. There we go. Okay. So anyways, that's my little family story. And shall we continue? I have a wonderful pin that has my grandpa's name on it. His name is Warren and his nickname is Ike. So what is the pin? Did the pin say Ike or did the pin say Warren? And did you find it like at an antique store? Very good. And you probably found it. Now, was it handed down to you from generations or was it bought that you found it? Because if it was a situation where maybe you found it because you were out like sourcing or buying things in an antique store or whatever, you probably saw it and you were like so moved immediately. You found it at a thrift store. And I guarantee you when you came across it, the immediate thought was memories of your grandfather. And I just think that, I don't know. To me, that's what I think is so special about a lot of the jewelry that we resell. Now, a lot of these aren't, these are all vintage, definitely. There might be one or two J. King ones that I don't really know how many years they are, but they're pretty close to vintage. All definitely vintage. But all of these pieces that we then turn around and sell had a story before us. And it's neat to know about what the story was. So thanks for sharing that. That's really, really awesome. And you probably wear it on certain occasions where family, kind of comes to mind and that sort of thing. So, okay, very good. Well, let's get started. And as, Can's Treasures, I know I've written your name down before. But I learned a new trick that I can click on your name and it'll tell me your first name. Corey, of course, I knew it was Corey. There you go. And I never knew this. Look at this. I got to show you this. I'm going to click off of this. You guys know, I've been keeping my list going for like ever. Oh, cancel. And I'm always writing down usernames and blah, blah, blah. And I've kept it. I've got like 6 pages of them because I want to be able to remember the people that, come to shows. But one of my other, fellow buyers the other day said here in a live stream, and I never knew this because I'm often, I go and watch a lot of other people's shows too, but I didn't even know this watching on District. But you can click on their name and it'll bring that up. which is so cool. I need to go in and update mine because when you click on mine just says Cherish Relics Boutique, and obviously my name's Curry. And I guess when I entered it, I didn't like put those details, so I need to go back and do that for sure. So, anyways, we can start there on that beautiful necklace if you'd like. I'm going to give you a real quick scan of this one. That's actually some J. King. This is labradorite. A beautiful, I don't believe it's Lee Sands. Lee Sands did things similar to this, but I think this is something else there. This is a really cool, I'm not even quite sure what that's made of. I want to say wood, but I don't think. It's like incredible. We've got some beautiful glass and mother of pearl beads there, some check glass beads, pearls, aquamarine, hematite. I think there's silpata in there, which really you'd be shocking. I have some silpata that's really like 25 years. I've had some silpata stuff forever. It's been around for quite a while. Knowing which exact pieces are vintage versus not is harder, but I know I've had this one for like I have one myself. This one I'm selling for like ever. There is some J. King in there. These are just general artisan made, probably. Jade, beautiful dyed jade, and West Germany. So yeah, that's what we're looking at. So K&S Treasures. Hello, how are you? Oh, K&S. K&S Treasures. That's what it stands for, not canned. How many people, you see, I'm a reading teacher. So that's what I do. I go in and I pronounce what I read. So that was canned treasures, cans treasures, but now it all makes sense. K&S Treasures, very good. Okay, so this one is a beautiful, I believe, Czech molded glass, some really unique pieces on there, kind of styles I have not seen previously. I've definitely seen a lot of Czech glass before. Bezel set rhinestones, as you see in there, glass rhinestones. It's a 24-inch necklace. It does have a, somewhere on here, it's got a vintage spring ring clasp there. And yeah, so let me show you what that looks like on the neck. It's just really quite, let me put that up there. Beautiful. And it actually, sometimes they make necklaces like this and they're not symmetrical, but this particular one is symmetrical on both sides. So it's a beautiful one. And so again, I didn't make up listings for all these, but I can run anything you want. But if you want, if anyone's interested in me running that, I'm offering that one for $24 tonight. So you just holler at me and I'll just keep going. But if someone wants me to run one of those things, I'm happy to do it. Okay, so let me, was that a yes? You want me to run it, or did you say yes earlier? I don't know when you wrote yes. Maybe guys, maybe put like an R, I guess, if you want me to run it. You probably might have been answering yes to me trying to pronounce your name. I don't know. So anyways, hello, welcome in, watching over from YouTube. I do stream to my YouTube channel. For those of you who don't follow me, I do in fact have a YouTube channel, and yes, so some people may be watching from YouTube. When you're watching from YouTube, you can't actually see the chat. We're streaming here from District, so all of the people in District can see each other, but people from YouTube can only see other YouTubers. So in your eyes, you probably think there's no one in this live when there is actually other people hanging out with us. So yes, so I don't know what yes meant. Are you still there, Candy? Was that yes a yes to run this, or was that yes, I understand the pronunciation was the wrong way to approach it? It's supposed to be K&S. Just clarify that. I'm going to move on, but you can clarify that. So anyways, I think I'm going to start with this, move on to this really beautiful one. This, I have tested this clasp here. This is not sterling silver, but this is an incredible 3-strand labradorite and pearl necklace here. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this Labradorite is definitely one of my favorite gemstones. It gives off just a beautiful natural flash that's incredible. Sorry, I'm still trying to straighten it out. There we go. So let me put this up on the neck for you. This necklace is in fact 18 inches, the shortest of the strands. I am struggling. I had it all straight and then I dropped it. Okay. All right. So yes, gorgeous. We've got obviously beautiful freshwater pearls there, and gorgeous labradorite. Labradorite. You can see the flash it gives off here. So it's a beautiful gemstone. Oh, that gets too blurry. But depending on the angle of the light, can give off a different flash at different angles. Okay, so some have more flash than others, or at different angles, whatever. So let me straighten that out. So there's no brand on this necklace, but it is stunning for sure. I like the one inner layer there that has that different, hey there, Share Bear, has that different cut of the stones, rather than it being the nugget ones. It's got these little kind of barrel shaped, and they have like teeny little beads in between them. It's not hand knotted. It's got those beads in there. So if you're interested in me running that beauty, Labradorite beauty, that starting bid on that necklace would be $48. So you let me know. Okay. So I'm going to keep going here. I'll put that away. And all right. So yeah, very simple. This is a mother of pearl kind of disc coin necklace here. Look, it's I don't know. It's meant to be a necklace, but look, it's just got this tied string there. So no clasp per se, but quite lovely. This is a 28-inch, mother of pearl necklace. I don't think you could double it because there's no clasp. There's no way for you to, be able to get it over your head for the second one. So it always would have to be worn long, but beautiful for sure. And I'm offering that mother of pearl necklace tonight for $14. If anyone is interested in me running that. And I am very fully aware a lot of these are going to be out of people's price range. That's okay. This is can also just be a show and tell, but just putting the opportunity out there if anyone is interested. This one's actually J. King. I'm not sure how long J. King, maybe I'll look it up on my phone real quick, has been in existence in terms of when their company started. Hold on, I'm going to look it up real quick. When did J. King start making jewelry? Okay, so here you go. For over 30 years, the owner, and I'll do all the J. Kings in a row. I have several J. Kings, and we'll just do them in a row. The owner, designer, and host, J. King, began his lifelong jewelry journey by selling Native American designs to help pay his way through school. He later came to host H Home Shopping Network for a show called Santa Fe Silver. After experiencing quite a success, he continued to sell the Southwestern designs. And later, began to create his own line. Within his designs, he wanted to offer the stone wonders of the world he found while traveling. This line, Mine Finds by J. King, has become one of Home Shopping Network's most popular shows. As a stone hound and master designer, Jay has helped introduce new stones to the retail public, which is true. A lot of people probably, don't even know the names of a lot of the stones that are used in many necklaces, not let alone, J. King ones. But anyways, he has a very kind of recognizable clasp that he uses. I don't know how long ago he started to use these sort of hook clasps, but you have marks for J. King here on the hook. It also says China 925. And just a little piece of information, which I'm not sure if many of you know this, but hold on, I'm trying to see how this is written. The way, I got to write this on a piece of paper. I'm probably going to butcher the way this is written. Hold on. It's something similar to this, but his jewelry is not marked with the words J. King, but it's marked with DTR, with a little T on top of the R. So if I look really closely at this clasp, that's what I'm looking. And some people may not always recognize it as a J. King if they're not familiar with the maker's mark that it has. Now, I know there's a story behind why, that's for another night, but why that is the maker's mark for J. King stuff. But anyways, let me show you this beautiful lapis lazuli, 3-strand Amazonite necklace here. I'm going to put it here up on the neck. Then I can bring you guys a little bit closer. So that's what it's looking like. It's just his jewelry is just stunning. I mean, what else can I say? But for those of you who are unfamiliar with like looking at a blue stone and being able to identify whether or not it's lapis lazuli or other sodalite or other blue stones, one sure way to tell lapis lazuli is that it will have little gold flecks within the blue stone. When you look at it close under a loop, you will be able to see that. So a lot of times when you're looking at when you're looking at sodalite stones versus lapis lazuli, sodalite can almost look identical in terms of the blue and sometimes white. Like look at this one, has white in it, but it's still lapis lazuli. But the sure tell way is under a loop, you can see the, gold flecks. So anyways, that is a gorgeous necklace. And if anyone is interested in me running that J. King lapis lazuli Amazonite necklace, I'm going to offer it for $62 tonight. If you go and look for that, I mean, I think I even took a picture of it being sold on Home Shopping Network. Let's see if I can find it here. I think it's on my iPad. I doubt it updated on this phone. This phone is terrible about, all our things are supposed to be connecting our pictures from device to, oh, it did. Shocking. Okay. Oh, sorry. I just threw my iPad. So here is a picture of the Home Shopping Network selling that, and it was going for $134 when it was being sold. So beautiful jewelry that he has. So anyways, there you go. Are you guys interested in hearing kind of the background information that I'm sharing? Is it nice to kind of learn some different things, or am I boring you with all this extra info? So that's a J. King necklace. I have another J. King one here. With the same clasp, the same marks on the clasp. This is chips. Chips are, in terms of value, a chip necklace is less valuable than a necklace that has beads that have been formed into shapes, circles, whatever shapes they are. It's more time consuming and takes more effort to produce and get those stones ready for jewelry rather than, what's considered chips. So it's still the gemstone, in this case, onyx, which is a type of quartz. And this is a 2-strand onyx necklace. Now, onyx can have parts and moments of having white in them. So don't be surprised, like in this one, if sometimes you see some little bits of white. I think onyx can also be a bit translucent. And if I were to put a light behind that, this is sometimes the way you can tell the difference between different black stones. But some light might be able to pass through. I think my recollection is some light can pass through it. That doesn't mean every single, hold on, I'm just trying to see if we have some examples here. Because it definitely doesn't. The majority of it, the light won't pass through it. But there can be certain portions of the stone where there might be some light, and I'm not being able to show you there very well. The example there is not going to, I So you're not even watching it because it didn't work because those stones are all super dark. But a lot of them can be, just solid black, but there can be portions of it. Hey there, Ocean Breeze. Welcome in. Just really doing a jewelry haul here and offering some things for sale. But, you just have to let me know you want me to run it if you're interested. This is J. King. It's 18 inches, double, 2-strand onyx. And in this one, I'm offering a sterling silver clasp for $38 starting bid. So that's what's going on with that. So, yeah. And it's so, I love, I see Sherry popped in here and Carrie as well. Some other people that have seen me in some other live stream in other marketplaces. So welcome over here to come and hang out with me tonight. Okay, so I think the one I'm going to do next, I have another, I think this is the last J. King one I have, which is this set. It's very interesting. This is like, braided leather. And this is most likely, I know this is lapis lazuli, but it also has blue lace agate. Okay, this is lapis lazuli. These are sterling silver. This is braided leather. And inside, of course, this clasp, it's a little barrel clasp like that. Inside, again, we will see the letters DTR, which is what J. King puts on their jewelry. Let me look at it under the loop. And it's written exactly the same as I drew the picture. It's written right up there. So a really stunning matching bracelet, which is 7 inches on this leather cord, an 18-inch. Absolutely stunning and definitely a different style of jewelry. Almost sort of masculine a bit, but I don't think this is meant for a man because it's only 7 inches, but just a different style. So I'm offering that set, which I think this is an incredible buy for $75 if anyone is interested in me running that. I don't want to bend this, so I'm going to here, I'll put it up on the thing. So again, it's looking like that. And then, you have your matching bracelet. Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing, Doug? Good to see you. Coming all the way from California. So it's like only 6:30 at night for you. You just finished dinner. I got to turn my fan on. I'm dying. So again, a lot of the things I'm bringing tonight are pretty pricey, but not everyone's necessarily their budget, but it's fun to learn about them. Maybe you'll find something you love. But just hanging out is cool with me too. So I have to admit, I'm a little bit stumped on this particular necklace. Up here at the top, it is marked. It says Sandra David, which when I went in and, did a bit of a Google lens on that, I found this exact necklace, except, hold on. The necklace I found didn't have the same pendant on it. It had, see, it's got the two little black, it's the exact same necklace. Here we're looking at this. Okay. Bam. But it's like they took off that part and they put on this fish. So that's why I could never find this necklace with this fish. But I also found, just a Sandra David necklace obviously isn't like massively valuable. It does have beautiful shells on here, as you see. And these are definitely glass. I doubt that they are an onyx or anything. Those might also, they are a form of glass. But it doesn't have a sterling silver clasp or anything up there. But it's this that really struck me. So let me show you what I found on that. And, I don't know, maybe someone switched it out. I found this on a different necklace. Do you see this? But it's the same exact fish here, flipped the other way. Okay, we'll flip it that way. Okay. And on here, it just says they're describing the whole necklace, vintage gold tone bead, hand painted porcelain carved blackfish. Okay, well, they are on drugs because this is not porcelain. It's not porcelain at all. Part of me feels like it's some type of wood, but I just don't know what kind. Any of you vintage resellers out there that have any input on that, I'd love to hear your insights on it. But I think someone added this to the necklace after. Okay. So you take this $20 comped necklace, and to me, adding this really, really increases the value to me. Okay. So I'm offering this carved fish necklace tonight for $24 for anyone who's interested. I will put it up here on the neck. Give me 1 second. But I sure do wish I knew more about like what it's made of. Like, I don't think it's not ivory. I don't know. I feel like it's wood, but it's kind of heavier. So I bet there's some, types of woods that can be heavier than others. You can see the texture on him. He's carved. It's very, very interesting. So I don't know the story on that. So thank you for taking a look at him. Okay. All right. All right. So this is just a very, simple either agate or jasper, and I'm going to be able to tell you right now, it registers as a quartz on my gem tester. But I'm going to tell you that one of the really easy ways to tell the difference between agates versus jasper is opaque. No light can pass through it. And I can tell you right now that this is going to be translucent, meaning partial light can pass through it, as you see there. Now, I don't know about these darker beads there. Those appear to be opaque. Sorry for shining the bright light in your head. But again, those are translucent, and even that is slightly translucent. So I would say that this is more made of agates than jaspers, but are really nice with sterling silver elements, these little center beads here, and some little kind of ball kind of bead spacers in there. It does come up to a sterling silver toggle clasp, and it is 18 inches in length, a beautiful green tone necklace. And I'm actually offering this for a really good deal tonight. I'm offering this one for $18. There's no brand on it, but it's a beautiful necklace. Again, you can see just so lovely. And a lot of these different, gemstones have like specific names. Even like in the jasper world, in the agate world, they have like specific names. So anyways, thank you for taking a look at that. Hold on, I need to update something on my thing here. Okay, and I need to turn my fan on. I'm about to die of heat. Every time I get under these bright lights on a show in my ring light, I tell you, it's like I'm dying. I'm baking under here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you maybe just a couple more of these necklaces, but then I'm going to switch over to the smaller jewelry and show you some of those. And then I can come back and do some more of these. So I think I'll do this one. Yeah, and maybe I'll do that orange one, and then we'll stop for the moment. So thank you for taking a look at that one. And we're going to move on to this one real quick. Welcome in, Gin Pop. Okay, I'm gratefully blessed. Good to see ya. Good to see ya. Okay, so again, this is a haul video, a lot more kind of pricey jewelry, but maybe some of interest. This is not precious metal. This is like a brass toggle here. Very interesting red burgundy carved beads. They're super interesting. I did test these, and they don't show up as a quartz or anything. I'm sure they're possibly some type of gemstone. I just don't know which one, honestly. But this particular necklace it starts off with all the red carved beads, and then it starts tying in some of these bigger, kind of, circular disc shaped beads. This necklace is 21 inches approximately, and looks like this. I have found, some of these carved beads before. Again, I don't know. It could be glass carved beads. It's hard to say because I just have it. They don't register on my gem tester. But I was going to show you an example of a necklace that is much shorter than this necklace, but that has some of those same carved beads there. Here, let me zoom it in if I can. But they're definitely the same ones, okay? So that's a much shorter necklace that they're offering there. So this particular necklace, I have a starting offer price of $28 if anyone is interested in that. It's very boho to me. I really quite like this necklace very much. Okay. So let me put that away. And then I think I'm just going to come here to these. These are actually just glass kind of. Hey there, Tiffany. How are you? There's a lot of necklaces I already showed tonight. Don't have stuff in my store, but I kind of gave prices on a lot of these. If there's something you see that you're like, oh my gosh, show me that, I'll let you know the starting price and I can run anything that you're interested in. I just didn't necessarily put them into the store tonight. I believe that these are just, like swirled glass beads. They are hand knotted. Part of me, only for an instant, was thinking it's possible they could be like coral, because you can get round coral beads that are hand knotted. It can be very valuable, but these are like too shiny to be coral. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that. But there is some little, kind of swirliness that goes on into these. These seem to be a little bit more kind of blood orange, but definitely a vintage necklace, as we have a hook, clasp situation going on there. So the shortest that this orange necklace can be is 14 inches, but of course it can be extended. So, yeah, it's not jade. I mean, because you can also get orange jade. It's not coral. I do believe it's just a very vintage, hand knotted glass bead. And that one is starting at $18 tonight for anyone interested in that one. Okay. All right. And so very quickly, I'm just going to show Tiffany, because she's a real enthusiast at a lot of these fancier. I'm just showing you some of the other necklaces I showed earlier tonight. Some agate necklaces, sterling silver, J. King, both of those are J. King. This is labradorite and pearl, 3-strand. This is also J. King, and then mother of pearl and red glass. So let's take a break on this for a little bit, and let me move over my other tray, and then we can come back to this to look at some of those. Seriously? You're kidding me. My stickies are not sticking well. It's not pleasing me, shall I say. Okay. Oh, that one goes. Hold on. I gotta figure out where I left off here. This one goes here. This one goes here. Okay. Move those out of the way. All right, here we go. Let's keep looking, shall we? Okay, so lots of sterling silver going on in here in this tray. And I more finished the stuff that's up here. So I'm going to run through some of the stuff I already had priced, but some of the others I haven't actually put price on yet. I'll show them to you, but if you're interested, I may take me a minute to, gather a price. Here we just have a copper leaf linked little bracelet. It's marked copper there, and it's one of those clasps actually that are very interesting. You just push it out like this. You take the two parts apart like that. So this is 7 1/4 inches and a starting bid of $7 if anyone's interested in that bracelet. Okay. So these are really super unique. I was hoping that I would discover that they are like, a certain brand, but they're super unique. This is all just molded glass, just different shapes of glass, very geometric. Some of the glass you can see has some lines in it, and some different shapes. They are sterling silver, and just a really nice earring. So if anyone's interested in those earrings, those I have a $14 start on those if you're interested in those. I think those are cool earrings. Sorry, I have to edit something. Okay. Okay. So I don't actually have a price on this because I don't really know its value. I know it has value. This is a very old, silver tone. I did test it for sterling, filigree, dress clip. Okay. Or fur clip. I don't know. I don't know which ones they're on. At first I thought, well, maybe it was like some type of duet, but I don't think it's a duet. I think that, I know some of the duets were, you can put the two together, you can have parts, but, anyways, I think it's just supposed to be that half. So isn't that stunning? I don't know a lot about dress clips, but I was excited to pick that up. Okay, this is actually silpata and a pretty pricey silpata piece. You don't often find silpata items that have, gold filled, elements to it. But this is in fact sterling silver. And if you look closely there, it has some beads here that are gold tone, but they're actually gold filled. And a pretty pricey, a kind of coin charm bracelet. This bracelet is 7 inches, obviously sterling silver as well. But I'm going to show you some comps for this. It's a pretty pricey little piece, but it's also got a lot of sterling to it, and the gold filled elements. So hold on one second. I was just going to quickly show you an example of a couple comps for that bracelet. Those are pretty high. Now, I'm not offering it for 134 or 159, but if anyone's interested, I will offer a starting bid of 72 on that one, if anyone's interested in that. Here, it's literally just a stretch, but it is real pearl, a beautiful pink color of those round pearls. A really good stretch on this pearl bracelet. Very, very lovely. And I have a $6 start on the beautiful pearl bracelet, if anyone wants to run that. Okay. Here I have a Murano, Italian-made Murano glass, Millefiori, and I've never seen ones that are yellow. These are little yellow flowers. Usually it's like multicolored in there, but it's the first time I've come across a yellow one. It does have the very recognizable, filigree caps, as well as hand nodding going on there. Hey there, I am gratefully blessed. Good to see you. And so this particular Murano bracelet is 6.5 inches, and I have a starting bid of $18 if anyone is interested in me running that one. It's definitely an interesting color. I've come across a lot and have sold a lot of Murano Millefiori bracelets, but That's the first time I've kind of had that color. So you guys are very quiet. I just need somebody to like give me a thumbs up or a okay, or I can hear you. I just need to make sure that I'm heard. We don't have you. It's fine. You can just listen to me talk, but I just need to make sure everyone can hear me. Thank you. That's all I needed. Thank you. Hey, good to see you. Thumbs. All right. Yes, that's Donna. Good to see you. And Tiffany. Okay. So let me keep going here. Um, I um I honestly don't know how to price this particular piece. I will tell you it's absolutely stunning. I can't tell you the age. The construction of it is impeccable. If you look really close, obviously it has marcasites and a bezel set faceted glass stone there in the center, and it can be on a necklace. So that's got like that little, I don't know if that was added later or if it was original to it. I'm not sure. When you look at the back here, this is the construction of the back. It can be a brooch, which you would have to, take like some jewelry pliers or whatever to undo that jump ring. But it is marked 925 down here, which tells me it can't be too crazy old, because usually the older pieces would say sterling. But look at the construction and look at that actual clasp. It is so unbelievably solid and heavy duty. It's just unbelievable. It's a really beautiful piece. And so I do, in fact, think someone added this piece because look, it already has its own bail right there. Okay. And then someone, I think, added this more modern piece up there. But, I don't have a brand or anything specific to this. But I know that I paid up for this quite a bit because I thought it was stunning. But I'm offering this if anyone wants me to run it, for a $92 start on that particular piece. So I appreciate you looking at that. Okay, hold on. I'm just getting my lotion schmudge off of it. It looks so much better. You see how nice it looks when it doesn't have lotion on it. Okay, so thank you for looking at that. All right. This is Joan Rivers, actually. It is you just undo it like a normal box clasp with those two hearts. We got a pave heart. It looks like it's missing a couple of rhinestones, but that is an easy fix for me. So if anyone gets this bracelet, I would, of course, replace those and get that squared away. Glass pearls, hand knotted. Looking at this is a 7-inch 2-strand bracelet with hearts on it, kind of puffy hearts. Okay. And I have a starting bid on this if you want me to run it for $12 for anybody interested in that bracelet there. Okay. Let me keep going here. Hey, Mel, how are you? Good to see you. Okay. So I cannot claim to know, there are some, this is really, really old. There are some rhinestones that are actually physically missing in here. And let me look at it real close. And there's, strangely enough, there's like one random blue rhinestone. It's odd. Like, why would there be a blue rhinestone? But there are several rhinestones missing. Now, this is old. This is actually, a lot of times when you see these really old things, they're not sterling silver. But this particular piece, are the boxes still open? Which boxes are you talking about? Oh, yeah, of course. I have not shipped anything. Yes, everything's still open. Yep. You got it. You still have progressive shipping. Anybody who purchased from me today, I did a sale earlier today on another marketplace with some Christmas stuff. And I also had a sale last night. I haven't shipped any of that yet. And it will not be shipped out possibly tomorrow. I'll run that for you. No problem, Donna. Possibly tomorrow, but ideally what I'd like to do is I'd like to hold off on shipping until after my Monday show. Because then I'm leaving to go out of town. I'm going to Charleston, South Carolina, because my daughter, many of you know, she's a competitive figure skater, and she qualified for sectionals this year, which is a huge honor at the level that she was skating at. And so I'm obviously going, and I'm leaving on Tuesday, and will not get back till Saturday, possibly Sunday. So I've done a whole bunch of sales here in a row, but then after Monday, I'm not doing any. So it seems crazy to ship stuff and then turn around and have one more day of shipping. So ideally, I think I'd like to just hold on to things and ship them. I would have to prep them Monday night because I leave on Tuesday morning, and literally stay up late and get it all ready, and then ship things out as I'm leaving town. So yeah, so you potentially have through my Monday show. So let me run this for you real quick. This was a Joan Rivers, and it's a $7 start. So let me just add this to my store. I'm just going to create a listing real quick for you, which will just take me a second. I'm going to add that to the stream. And like I said, it's very easy to go in and edit these things. Just checking my shipping to make sure I updated it from the huge lots that I was doing the other day. Anyways, so I'm going to move that to the stage. Anyone is welcome to bid, but I am running it as requested. So it's running now at a $12 start. So we have a bid for $12. Hold on, I'm moving something out of the way. And it looks like this is going home with Donna. So pretty. Such a lovely bracelet. So thank you very much for that. And let me get that bagged up for you. Yes, the boxes are still open, and any of the items that I'm showing tonight are for sale. I didn't take the time to make all of these listings that, I'd rather spend the time just writing the information to just keep myself. You're most welcome. So let's get your name on there. Where is my purple pen? Here it is. Okay. And I'm going to continue to tell you about that. Yeah, reach out and let me know anytime. No matter what I'm talking about, you can ask me to run anything, and I will continue to kind of re-show things. So I'm going to come back to this one. This is the brand Otis. It is marked. It's very uncommon. I have one in my own personal jewelry that was my grandmother's, and it was actually, you rarely see these rhinestone things that are marked sterling, but it's sterling on the clasp as well as on the actual bracelet right there. Okay. This is old. It is lost rhinestones because it's old. I do have some vintage rhinestones. So if anyone was to end up purchasing something like this, I would go in if the person wanted me to. Sometimes people don't want that stuff to be updated or fixed. And I would put in some of those rhinestones. But from looking at comps, this is a pretty valuable bracelet. And I wasn't really familiar with the brand because I didn't find the brand on it. But I did find a listing for it on, it's called Otis Art Deco Sterling Silver. It's the exact same bracelet here. Okay, sterling silver. And you can see that starting price there on that one. Super high. I don't have that high of a price. I literally put $78 on that starting bid for anyone interested in that. So the next thing I'm going to show you is a beautiful butterfly wing bracelet with these gorgeous kind of etched rectangular links. And for those of you that aren't familiar with butterfly wing, I don't claim to know everything about how it's constructed, but it literally, I think, behind the black part that's in front is literally butterfly wing. That if you look at close up pictures of you know, a butterfly, they have a lot of that. It's almost like the play on light that, you know, kind of labradorite can give off, but it's a totally different concept, you know. Sometimes these are made with sterling silver. This particular bracelet is not sterling silver, but I do want to point out some intricate details. Look at even just those links are super, you know, detailed, and you see all the links in between. This is what the back side looks like. I've tested it in multiple places. It is just silver tone. So then I was out on the hunt trying to find a comp for one, because many of them that I find in comps are actually sterling. But I did find a comp of that bracelet, where it was also, it had actually some similar elements to the one I have here. It just had different shaped pieces to it. Hold on. I think I sent it to myself in a text. Let's see. It looks like I did. You see? Okay. So right there. Hold on one second. So, so it says a 1950s butterfly wing, camping, nature, hunting, outdoors, blue, silver statement bracelet. But the reason you see, look at the links in between. They're sort of textured, similar to mine. And, you know, this one is silver tone. It's still butterfly wing rather than silver. The backside, I don't know, looks a little bit different than mine. But of course, it's a different shape. You see the little etched details are also on the back of these links. But you know, they had a starting bid price there of, I mean, not a starting bid price. They, for a non-sterling silver bracelet, they had $78. But I was offering this one tonight for $42 for anyone who's interested in me running that bracelet. Okay, it is. I don't know that I actually measured it. Let's measure it real quick. It's got this, just one of these clasps that you just slide it in like that. Okay. This is sitting right at about 6.5. Okay. So a lovely bracelet. I need to update that on my paper, but there's that. Okay. So I'm going to finish the pieces that I had come up with prices on, which there's only like, oh my gosh, we might be close to, I only might have like 2 more that I actually priced, because a lot of this other stuff and some of the extra things in these, I didn't actually put prices on yet. But anyways, let me update that butterfly wing thing. Appreciate you coming and hanging out. I hope it's interesting stuff. Did I say 6.5? What did I say? I actually don't even remember at all whatsoever what I said. Yeah, 6.5. Okay, very good. All right. So let me keep going here. I have these are unbranded, but quite lovely. They have like this filigree kind of buttercup flower element in the center with, you know, they go in the ear that way. Okay. So it's like the flower is facing up, kind of like, you know, that's part of the petal. And the inside there has, you know, a cupcake prong setting of that rhinestone, which it's like a super dark blue. Okay. There's no brand on these earrings. But if anybody is clip back wearers, I was going to do a starting bid price of $9 on those for anybody who's interested in those earrings. They are in really great shape. Here's the back. No dead stones. It looks fantastic. So that's what those are looking like. Okay. So, yeah, if anyone's interested, I was going to do a $9 start on that. Okay. All right. I have here some copper. They are not marked with Matisse. A lot of times the copper jewelry is marked with the brand Matisse. You can see it's definitely dirty and aged and, all of that, showing some, I don't know if that's verdigris per se or if it's just a patina, but a really pretty enameled, colorful, pattern on there on the kind of rectangular. They are twist back earrings there. So aren't those lovely, right? Very, very pretty. Okay, I'm going to put this aside for now and go back to the necklaces that I was doing earlier because those are all still priced. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. And I was fully prepared that most of this time would be more of a jewelry haul of just showing and not buying because, a lot of these pieces are definitely higher end and, will end up getting put on my, eBay store at some point. But it's also still very fun to show these beautiful pieces. This is probably 20 years old. It's a retired Silpata 3-strand pearl. I mean, not pearl. I'm sorry. Uh, Shell, probably coral, sterling silver elements to it. And we have our mark for Silpata right here. And for a lot of times with Silpata jewelry, they can be pretty pricey. But going in and looking at some of the prices on this one, I actually found some that weren't like crazy high. And so, I try to compare my prices somewhat to kind of the lower comp ends that I find. So this one I'm going to offer for $18 tonight. Sterling silver, shell, and most likely that is coral. Okay. The name of this necklace was called Fiesta Fun. I think it's a retired one, but that's what it was called. Okay. So $18 start on that for anyone interested. Okay, talk about ASMR and the whole, the feel of beads in your hand and the sound that they make. Obviously, as you look at this, this is in fact marcasite. I'm sorry, not marcasite, hematite. But I don't often see hematite strands that are hand knotted. This entire strand, which is heavier than most other gemstone necklaces because I just think the hematite is heavier. I don't know, but it's super heavy. It is all hand knotted. It's a absolutely stunning strand of hematite sitting at 30 inches. There is no clasp on here, which means I don't know that you'd be able to double it on the neck. Because you wouldn't be able to get it over your head a second time. So I'll show you that doubled, but you'd need a clasp in order to do that. But most likely you would just wear it longer like that. It's really, really nice. And I'd be willing to do a starting bid on the hand knotted hematite necklace for $21 tonight if I have anybody interested in that. Okay. All right. So I'm going to show you next a super long and gorgeous, beautiful. This is actually nephrite jade. That's how it tests on my gem tester. And they dye these things to make them look so perfectly, apple green. It's a dyed nephrite jade, but it is nephrite jade. All of it is hand knotted, as you see. So it's beautiful construction. There is no clasp on here, but I'm going to tell you that this strand just keeps going and going and going. It is actually, see, I got it tangled on itself, 68 inches long. And I paid up a great deal for this strand because I was in love with it at a local consignment store that I do a lot of my, where I go and look for a lot of jewelry, and it just would never go on sale for me. They would never. And finally I just bit the bullet and just paid, to me, more than I would normally pay. because I'm always trying to find people who don't know what they have and they're putting prices on it. And then I can score it for a good price and then turn around and bring that good price to you guys. But again, these are 7 millimeter, 9 millimeter nephrite jade beads, hand knotted, 68 inches long. So, I mean, you could, there's no clasp, but you could, in fact, you know, make it so it's 4 times around. You would just pull one longer to get it over your neck, and you would sit here and have this whole kind of choker look if you went around 4 times. I don't know that everyone would necessarily do that, but you can also vary when you have a necklace this long. You can also vary the lengths, so you can have like a really, really long layer. Hold on, I'm trying to put this on here for you without having it drag too far on the ground. And then you can turn around and have, a second. Don't do that to me. A second layer, and then a third layer that's shorter. Uh, 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 Come on, cooperate for me. So there's a lot that someone can do with a strand that's that long. Okay. You can certainly do that. They are stunning and beautiful. And some comps that I came across for, nephrite jade, hand knotted, all the things. I could not find one that was 68 inches long. But I did find one that was approximately half the length of mine. And that one's not it. Where did I do with it? I thought I took a picture of it. Maybe I didn't. Oh, here I did. So here's some nephrite jade hand knotted bead. And this particular necklace it doesn't show it here, but this was a 26-inch necklace, which is less than half of my 68-inch necklace. Okay. You can see the starting price point here. But I am offering this for $92 tonight for anybody who is interested in that would be the starting bid, $92. Absolutely gorgeous, beautiful stone, jade. Okay. So as I prepped you tonight, a lot of high-end stuff tonight. I hope you're still enjoying watching. This is an inlaid with like natural shell, butterfly, 2-strand, mother of pearl, chips necklace here. They make some Lee Sand necklaces like this that are similar, but this particular one I don't believe is Lee Sands. It doesn't have any branding on it or anything. But I did find a couple comps that were exactly this necklace, to be exact. This one is 24 inches. Just hold on. Let me put it on the neck by pulling it a little bit further back here. And then you can get the true feel of how it would look. Sorry, I'm trying to get it to be even in the way it's hanging. I'm struggling, as you see. Ish. It's because I couldn't hang it perfectly straight. But there you go. It's looking like that. And again, all inlaid, mother of pearl and the like. This necklace, like I said, is 24 inches. And I did find some actually the exact necklace here. Someone's got the exact necklace, 2-strand, mother of pearl, and you can see some of the starting comps there for that. But I'm offering this one tonight for $24 if anyone's interested in that. Okay. It's got a twisting barrel clasp, and as you saw earlier, I was untwisting it. So there's that. Okay, we will keep going. Thank you for looking at it. Okay. I showed this one earlier, but I'll briefly show it again. This is check molded glass with some bezel set, possibly Swarovski crystals. Swarovski started making crystals a long time ago, so you can definitely have vintage things. But can't say for sure that one's, it's crystal, but not, I don't know that it's Swarovski crystal. But so this is molded glass. Some some of it might be acrylic. These parts that are in here, I think these parts are acrylic. They don't feel cold like this does. I think that's different. But this is glass, more crystals, molded glass, all the things. This does have a right here, a spring ring clasp. And this 24-inch necklace, check glass, I'm offering for $24 tonight. I was just going to put it on the neck for you. I showed it earlier, but I'm just showing it again. So that's what that's looking like. Some really pretty blue glass and crystal glass. Okay. Many of you have seen necklaces like this. This is also check made. This is called Picasso check glass. And Picasso is the style of finish that I guess it originally is like a milk glass, like a white, but whatever finish they put on it gives you this kind of malted, kind of various colors. You can see they're all hand knotted in between, all of these. And we've got, these are more kind of pastels, blues and burgundies and purples. It's got a spring ring clasp here, vintage spring ring clasp. And these are 48 inches long. And, you can go on. I've sold many strands of check Picasso beads in the past. I actually sold one to Tiffany, who's right in here. Do you like the color of the Picasso beads that you just got, Tiffany? It is this is a color I more often see, but the color of the beads that you bought is so unique, I'll have to say. But here is, yes, they are very pretty. Here's a comp. These are only 48, but I'll tell you the length of this is only like 30. Is only 24 inches. And mine's 24 inches, and we have like 48. So this one's a little longer than my beads that I'm showing you, but very similar. And you can see kind of the price point there for starting comp. That was the lowest comp I could find. But I'm offering these check glass beads tonight at a starting bid of $28 for anyone who's interested in that. Okay. This is a super unique piece of jewelry. It is, in fact, a lariat. I don't know if some of you may not know what a lariat is, but it's a type of necklace that has no closure. It hangs kind of like a scarf would hang. And then what you would do is, it goes around your neck. This marks the very back center of it. They just happen to put an extra bead there. Those beads, or at least the beads that are down here, I believe are aquamarine chip beads. And then all of the rest here are pearls, hand knotted. These pearls in here, they might be hand knotted, but they're so close together, it's hard to tell. No, those are not, they're not hand knotted up here. But when you get down to the ones from the aquamarine forward, they're hand knotted down here. Now, if you notice, there are some little teeny gold beads in there. There's not many of them. To be exact, there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then you don't see any more again until you get all the way up here to the top and you see 9, 10. So there's 10 super teeny. I did my best to try to acid test those, and I do believe those are 14 karat gold, teeny little, most like they're hollow beads. So they're not a lot of weight in gold, but gold does have some value, but a beautiful lariat necklace. So, I don't wear lariat necklaces ever. It's not my thing, but I know I don't even, I know that there's ways that sometimes people might take them and, do a little knot tie gently, and it could hang down that way with that hanging down. There's some other ways people might use lariat, you know, uh, jewelry. I Yeah, I'm just going to keep that knotted for you, but you get the concept of that. Okay. So I went on and tried to really comp that. I couldn't find the exact lariat. You want me to run this one? Sure, I can do that. You're talking about the Picasso beads or the pearl and aquamarine necklace lariat? Sure, the Picasso. All right. So let me just snap a real quick picture of that for you. Um, and we can create a listing here. Again, these are 48 inches, hand knotted, check Picasso beads with a spring ring clasp. Okay. I do have I showed you some comps for some Picasso beads. Um, Now, I will tell you, I don't remember how much I paid for the ones that had the different colors. I honestly don't recall. I don't even remember how long that other one was. Um, but I would say this color is probably, it actually has some red in there a little bit. Um, the one that I sold you before, whoa, those were so unique. But anyways, let me move this to stage, and I'm going to start the auction now. So Tiffany is in for, oh, I ran it for the wrong amount. It was supposed to be 28. Tiffany, you buy so much jewelry from me. It's fine. You can have it for 24. I was supposed to run it for 28. See my little notes? My bad. It's all good. I got you. It's all fine. You buy a lot of beautiful things from me. I'm okay with that. So there you go, Miss Tiffany. That's headed to you. Okay. I was looking at a different piece of paper, so I accidentally put the wrong thing. Okay. Okay. There we go. Because you have the best and most beautiful things. You're so sweet. I you know, I know you're not out there while I'm sourcing, but sourcing and finding these things is the most fun part. I absolutely love, and I love then turning around and being able to bring it to you guys. I get so much joy out of it. And you know what? Just tonight, a friend of mine who, I don't know if you follow her, but her name's Hannah. She's got Hannah's Heirlooms. It's a YouTube channel. Good friend of mine. I was talking to her about that necklace, the pink necklace that you bought for me with the beautiful molded glass. Don't you think that's stunning? I know you've also received that one with the beautiful clasp. She was asking if it had sold. And I had said, yes, the night I brought it to auction, that one of my, regular buyers had bought it, and it's absolutely beautiful. And she was like, "Oh my gosh, that's such a beautiful necklace." She had remembered it because I had talked to her about it. Anyways, thanks for that, Tiffany. Okay, so again, so this lariat, um, pearl lariat necklace. I struggled kind of putting a price on this because, you know, uh, these are probably freshwater pearls. These aren't Akoyas, It has aquamarine, but it does have those teeny, teeny little glass beads. I did find a couple of comps that were somewhat similar-ish. Like here's one that has aquamarine and uh, pearls with no gold little beads. Now, this was 5 strands of 19 inches, which is approximately 100 inches, and they had a starting bid of 60. And then mine is 48 inches, which is like half of 100. So in my brain, I was kind of like, well, maybe I should offer it for around 30. But then, of course, I have to include the fact that it has the little gold beads on it. So the lariat tonight, I'm going to offer for 32, this one. With that, I believe it's 14 karat gold. There's just 8 of those teeny, teeny little gold beads, but I did acid test them. And that lariat was going to be 32 if anyone is interested in that one. I know lariat's kind of a different style. People don't always wear those. So anyways, there's that. Okay. And then I have here the last kind of bigger necklace I'm bringing you tonight. This is a West Germany kind of molded glass necklace. It's not marked West Germany, but my friend Hannah is she's a glass expert. And, I double check with her sometimes when I'm not sure. But you see 3-strand. This, I believe, this clasp was replaced. Everything else about this necklace is old and vintage. This is not as old and vintage. I think someone put that clasp on it. I think normally it probably would have been a hook, obviously, which is how people normally close those. But anyways, it is 3-strand, and it's very interesting. The beads on here, it's graduating a little bit. The beads get bigger a little bit as you go down. But even these that kind of look pearlescent, they are actually molded glass. I'm going to get you to listen. Okay. As well as these, it's not strange. These kind of look like pearls, the color, the luminescence. It's look like a glass pearl, but I don't often see, the molded shape of those. So anyways, let me put this on the neck so you can see what that looks like. It does have some beautiful faceted, hold on, glass kind of watermelon beads here. And there's a couple of them. There's one there, one there, one there, one there. Okay. So that's what that necklace is looking like. And West Germany, believed to be West Germany. And that is a starting bid of 32. And if someone does buy this, I will try my best to try to find a hook and replace it with a hook. But it's not going to be a West Germany hook because I don't just have those sitting around. But I can see what I have, and I try to keep those jewelry fixing pieces, all of those. So I can try to do that replacement. So anyways, there is that. So that's all for the big necklaces. I know, Tiffany, you came a little later, so you didn't really get to see all of those, but you saw, I briefly told you about them. So there's that. But we're going to go back over to the smaller jewelry real quick. Now, a lot of the rest of the stuff that I'm going to show you, I'm not actually going to say a price because I didn't actually price it yet. But if there's anything that you're interested in of the other stuff that I show you, then you can just say, hey, I'm interested in whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I think the easiest way, so I don't, necessarily hold people up in the show, would be that I would just, It's hard to say. I could just create a buy it now listing for you where you don't have to do an auction and for those items. And you could either want to purchase it or not based on what the price was. You know, you wouldn't have to purchase it. You wouldn't be obligated. But then I could have the opportunity to find some of those prices because it would take a great deal of time for me. I mean, some of these we'll look up as we go tonight, but all of them, I mean, it might take some time. But let me just show you some of the other stuff that I have here. This is very, very vintage. I believe it to be gold filled. And I can't remember if this necklace had marks for gold filled. Hold on, let me look. I don't see any there. It's got some marks on the one of the jump rings, which is sort of damaged. It's kind of twisted weird, but I can't read it. So I don't actually know what it says. But I believe it to be gold filled. It's not magnetic. And this is a real pearl right here. And this is quite possibly a ruby. And of course, my gem tester here is dying. I can see the batteries going out on it. But oh, it might not be at all. I think it's literally just a glass piece, faceted glass. I mean, yes, here, let me replace the battery in my gem tester real quick. Give me 1 second. I have a battery sitting right up here. Again, I still have not replaced and may never replace the stupid third pen of my, Presidium. I just think it's such a scam. You know, you spend hundreds of dollars for these things, and I just think they make it so that the pens will only last so long. So you're forced to drop another $100 every, year, which makes me crazy. Like, why? I've had this other gem tester, which is, bought off Amazon for $45, and it has never failed me. It's never, outside of having to change batteries. Why is that not working? I may have put it in there wrong. Hold on. Besides having to change out batteries, I've never had to replace, the copper tip at all. So it makes me mad. Let me just say that. So mad that I don't even want to buy another pen. And I'm a lot more knowledgeable now than when I first started with jewelry resale and gemstones and all that I don't feel that I need to do it. Okay, so I'm just going to let that heat up for a second. So anyways, you've heard my spiel. That's my spiel. Okay, so, but I do believe that this is gold filled, a very lovely vintage style necklace. And we're looking at about 18 inches on him. And again, I'm not going to show you prices on all these others, but if you are interested in any certain piece, you know how good I am with prices. I'll bring you the best I can where I still feel like there's room there for me to, make money on my end, which is what I do for my job. So that's important too. So, but anyways, here, let me check that real quick. Yeah, it's just glass. It's just glass. It looked kind of like a ruby, slightly. So anyways, all right. So these are really large. They need a little bit of a cleanup, but they are all sterling silver. These beautiful, big, and they're tarnished a little bit. Let me get my tarnished cleaning cloth real quick if you wait 1 second. As well as cleaning cloth in general, because I can't get you to appreciate how lovely the earrings are when they're looking so gross. So give me 1 second. I'm going to revive them for you. Again, I haven't used a tarnishing cloth on them yet, so they would be revived even more because I believe it's got some tarnishing on it. But all sterling silver. We have marks back here that say Thailand 925. And obviously, I haven't acid tested these yet, but before I would, you know, I always make sure that they are, in fact, I don't always trust the marks. So I double check them. But those are really long, um, coming down to 3.5 inch on those. All right, I have here some lovely prong set rhinestone, kind of a teal colored marquee stone there. Let me give it a little clean buff there, looking like that. It looks to be missing one, I think, one of its rhinestones. No, it isn't actually missing a rhinestone. It's just the way it turns the corner. It has a little opening there just because they're trying to crunch all those in there. Personally, I'd stick one in there anyways, but it's not actually a rhinestone spot. It has no prongs or anything. So those are pierced, and they are about 1.25 inch long. No brand on these, but I would offer these if anyone was interested in purchasing for a $7 start for anyone interested in those. Okay. I have here a very interesting actual uh, chain link here. Look at this chain link. This is tarnished a bit. Obviously marked 925. And it's also marked, hold on, let me see what the other one says. URM. I have no idea what that stands for. But it's marked on the clasp. It says 925 Italy. Very tarnished. It would clean up beautifully. But this is a super unique chain style that I have in the years that I've been working with vintage jewelry. I've never seen this chain style. This sits right at around 6 3/4. I don't have a starting bid price on that, but I could find one for you if I had anyone interested in purchasing that. But that's a neat little bracelet. Okay. All right. So I do have a couple rings here. Sterling silver. This is like all these linking stars. This might be branded. Oh, ale. So this is Pandora, actually. A Pandora sterling silver. That's what ALE stands for. Um, and, all sterling silver. It's got, all stars that are linking. The size of this ring kind of is pretty small. It's like not almost a 4.5. So I wear a 5, so I can't quite get it on that finger there, but it's a neat little ring. Okay. Pandora. All right. So this is a really pretty butterfly inlaid. I believe that's turquoise. I believe that's inlaid coral. Let's see what I think the other, probably onyx. And I'm not sure what the yellowy one is. So, and this is marked it says it's marked sterling, and it also has the word bell. Now, I haven't acid tested it yet, so, to prove that it is in fact sterling, but it is tarnished like it's sterling. Okay. So that butterfly ring is coming in at a size 7 for anybody who's interested in that. I'd come up with a price for you. Okay. So if anyone's in hunting of some really nice, twisting rope chains. Now these are thicker. These are more valuable because they're thicker. All sterling silver, marked Italy, the whole thing. I don't often come across really, really long ones like this. I want to say that this one is like 30 inches. Yes, 30-inch rope chain. I'd have to price that if anyone was interested. Um, yes, that the silver rectangles, that's a butterfly wing. Beautiful bracelet. It is not sterling silver. Some of these can be sterling silver and really quite valuable, but I tested this in multiple spots. And is this the one you're talking about? It's the bracelet that has silver rectangle settings with a bluish stone sitting in the box next to another single bracelet. Yeah, so I think this is the one you're talking about. So yeah, butterfly wing. So aren't those beautiful? Very vintage in style. But I do like the, etching and details on those rectangular links. It's all even on the back. It does not have marks of a brand, but I did find in some comps another bracelet that was butterfly wing that was silver tone. But I mean, even the elements of this, it's so lovely. Like, look at all the texturing going on those connecting links at the back. And so you can see how the clasp is there. A really super pretty bracelet. So there's that. And the cost of these, if they were sterling, would be much higher. But this particular, let's see what I had a price on for this bracelet. Hold on, I have to find it. Oh, hold on. Because I'm looking at the wrong thing. No wonder. Yeah, I was offering that one for $42 tonight. Based on the comps I found for a silver tone. So I'm happy to run anything that I talk about. So again, I had a 30-inch twisting rope sterling silver chain there. This one is a little bit thinner than this one, slightly. Okay. Also twisting rope, sterling silver, all the things marked. But this one is, we're looking at about 18 inches on that. So sometimes people are looking for chains. So I just wanted to show you that. Again, I showed you this stunner earlier tonight. I'm loving that. But in this space here, these are probably, it's probably Honor. I always forget how to pronounce it. The H is silent. Is it Honora? It's not Honora. Like, I know how it's spelled, but the pronunciation always confuses me. Hold on. I think the H is silent. So is it Honora? I don't know. Someone tell me the pronunciation. Is the H silent or what? But beautiful. Let me just double check, because usually on those branded pearls, they literally are written on the post as well as on the back. So let me just look. And these are 925 and they are marked YGI. So they are not Honora, if that's how you pronounce it, but they are in fact sterling silver. A beautiful color, and to be honest, really match this little stretch bracelet quite well. And they're not fully round ones; they're more like a button style. But let me tell you the millimeter size of those. We're looking at about 8 millimeter. Beautiful little studs there. So we got that. And some of this other jewelry I already talked about earlier tonight. I think these are marked sterling, twist back. bezel set Kobachon, probably moonstone, I'm guessing. Hold on, let me get this out. There it is from the side. I'm not sure. I mean, kind of gives off the effect of cat's eye, but that's not a cat's eye effect. I want to say it's probably moonstone. Um, it's not something that you can test on a gem tester. But they are marked sterling, and then the letters WRE. Very, very tarnished, but a beautiful vintage earring. So there's that. Then I have these also marked sterling on the twisting back. But I really do try to test these. This is not a gemstone. This is just a rhinestone that's prong set, as you see there. Very like ocean blue, teal kind of color. Okay. This necklace, which is driving me crazy because I got it tangled and I had worked for hours trying to get this untangled. Not hours. I worked for a good bit of time and then I just gave up. It shouldn't be that difficult. I mean, it's one strand. So let me see if I can do it real quick now. Because I just got mad and I gave up. But I know it's possible to get the thing untwisted. So give me a second and I will do that. Oh, here it is. This is the culprit right there. I mean, how can it get so tangled in the, brief time, literally, that I had it? There we go. Okay. This is silpata, hammered, as you see, mixed metal. It's still sterling, but I guess you would say a vermeil. And I'm trying to see where I see the silpata mark. Give me 1 second. Well, maybe it's not silpata. I'm pretty sure it is. Because it says IL and then 925. Oh, here's the mark for silpata. I knew I saw it. It is right there where my thumb is. Do you see it right there? Very, very teeny. Super long layering necklace, all sterling silver. And of course, we have marks up here for silpata as well, right there. Sterling silver clasp. I haven't priced this. I'd have to go on and do comps, but a beautiful layered necklace there. Okay. I also have this very vintage filigree kind of diamond cut, per se. I guess that's what you call that. A heart that is sterling silver. It is not marked, but I believe that I tested it. And I would test it again if anyone was interested. The necklace chain that it's on is actually a pretty unique style. Let me see if I can get it. You can see it's like twisting. It's like a twisting serpentine or S-link, I guess, not serpentine. Marked with sterling there on the clasp, and this is about a 20-inch chain for that. So there's that. And I'm going to go through this back row, which I haven't really gone through any of them yet. But, these are some natural stone. These are going to be all earrings, natural stone, except I think these have some tiger's eye beads. But I think the bigger beads, I don't know. The bigger ones might be wood. I'm not sure. These don't look like tiger's eye, but some of the beads do, specifically that one right there. It's hard to say. Um, it's possible this is gold filled. I'm not sure, but if there was anyone really interested in it, I would find all the, it's definitely wood. But I think some of those beads are, in fact, you know, tiger's eye. I could give you a price point if you're interested in them. It wouldn't be crazy expensive. These are really lovely. Uh, and again, the way to determine the difference of this gemstone, which is blue in color, which sodalite can be blue and so can lapis lazuli. But if I look at these stones under my loupe, I see all of these beautiful gold flecks throughout it, which is my sure tell sign that it is in fact lapis lazuli. Um, and see if I can get this twisted the right way. But they are leverbacks, as you see, tarnished. But that's what those earrings are looking like. They're pretty cool. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm just like all fumbly. So you got those. So those are really cool earrings there. It's possible those are turquoise, but I would say more likely a dyed magnesite or howlite. Maybe dyed howlite, because dyed, actually, this looks more turquoise than I had imagined. I'm not sure. One of the ways you can tell is, turquoise is turquoise throughout the whole stone. I can't really look into the cut hole here, but if I had the ability to, I would be looking and seeing if like it was light in there or a different color, then I would know it was like dyed. Because I think the natural color of magnesite and howlite is white. So obviously they're not dyeing the inside and it would be a different color. But if it was turquoise, it would be that color throughout. But some pretty dangle earrings there. I also have these really pretty cha-cha. Those are natural pearls and faceted glass beads. Really pretty earrings. Might be gold filled. I'm not sure. I haven't checked exactly because I just unwrapped them today to show them to you. Oh, they do have marks on them. And it says 14 over 20 gold filled. So that's like a 14 karat gold filled earring. Similar in value to sterling silver. Look at these beauties. And I'm going to give it a quick little cleanup here so you can appreciate the power of Aurora Borealis on the outside of a glass stone. I don't know if these are artisan made or certainly don't see a brand on them, but they are sparkly, beautiful earrings. So it's looking like that, kind of like a nugget shape. It's not really symmetrical, but just stunning. And has sterling, these are sterling silver. You can see all the extra sterling silver elements. Sometimes when you test for magnetism with these lever backs, the lever back could be sterling, but there's some mechanisms in there, kind of like with a spring ring clasp or some clasps that make it magnetic. So it may not, so you have to like really test them to be able to know. It is marked with 925. So those are pretty earrings there, which, I can get you to appreciate under the light. Very pretty. Okay. There are some more sterling silver earrings back here. These are really cool. Kind of, you see, sterling silver is very soft. So I always want to make sure if I have something that's bent slightly that I do it slowly. And, I don't want it to like, once there's been some pressure under the, the metal, it can break easily. Okay. But these are fun little, this is actually called, it kind of looks like it's snake chain, but I think this is called liquid silver. It's really soft to touch. And those are all sterling silver elements there. So those are cool earrings. I want to say I've looked these up. It's possible these are silpata. They have pearls there, dyed pearls. Trying to see if I saw a brand anywhere. I know that if I zoomed, if I did a Google search on them, I want to say they were branded. I just don't remember. But if anyone had any interest in purchasing, obviously I'd do that quick research. But those are fun. Sterling silver, natural dyed pearl dangle earring. So those are cool. These are all sterling silver. Just a simple, like linking hoops there to give you sort of a reticulating dangle. Those are sterling silver. So there's that. And then I also have these sterling silver earrings. Again, any of these I could run, or if you reached out to me and just sent me a message and said, hey, what are the prices on the whatever, you could go into the video and screenshot it. I could then make a buy it now link for you to purchase. You wouldn't feel pressured. I mean, if the price didn't work for you, you just don't purchase. But then I'd have a moment to get you the information. Freshwater pearls and very thin mother of pearl little coin kind of beads there on lever back. Okay. All right. I have not tested these, but I'm pretty confident that the hooks on these are in fact sterling. But look at these fun earrings. This is all like art glass, and it's got a frog wrapped his body around green art glass. A super cool, unique earrings there. I haven't comped them out at all, but boy, are they fun, are they not? Loving those. So those are fun. I have some very simple, let me clean the rhinestone on this. And I fully knew tonight was going to be more showing than buying. That's usually what my haul videos are. I like to show it to you. It's always available to purchase, but I know that sometimes not always everyone's price point, but I can always get the information to you if you do have interest in purchasing. This is, I think, slightly watermelonish. I don't know. Watermelon has some more redder tones or pinker tones in it too, but definitely a glass with a little bit of an effect on these. I'm not sure if this is just a regular, like disc glass there, foil backed there. I haven't tested those clasps, but not sterling silver on the clasp. So these would not be super expensive earrings. It's just got, art glass and faceted glass. But aren't those pretty? I like the effect that the square part gives off. And you see, hold on, I got to untwist that. We got to make sure it hangs the right way, because if it goes in the ear, it's got to hang right. So aren't those pretty? A necklace that I really should have put over on the other tray. This is marked 925 Mexico with the letters DC. So a really pretty toggle clasp with I'm sure that is smoky quartz. There's no question in my brain. Yes, it's quartz. And then we've got a smoky quartz alternated with a very artisan style link with some pearls. So that's a really pretty necklace, sitting at about 18 inches. So that's pretty. Okay. And then I also have, aren't these neat? These are the teeniest little birds. And what specifically, aren't those hummingbirds maybe? Because they're like super teeny. They are glass, And I don't know if the ear hooks, they're called kidney wires, are not sterling. But I still just thought those birds were, I had to buy them because they were just so fun. So we got those. I always have to be careful because I don't want to like damage them, you know. So yeah, we're getting right here towards the end here. I did put together a baggie of just wearable jewelry, not expensive, not um, precious metal or anything. But right here at the end, for those of you that hung out and watched and are interested, I'm going to offer up. I'm going to lay them all out on the table, and I'm going to offer up any of the items that you see for starting bid of two for $1.50. So they'd be like 75 cents each, starting bid. But there's some cute little jewelry. I'll do that at the very end for anybody interested for some more, kind of more wearable fun. These are sterling. They are a vintage earring, and they are marked sterling right here on the back of the clasp there, or the earring back. They are definitely tarnished. I see the normal tarnishing, but look at the dimension of this beautiful earring, as it would be worn in the ear. It's like, like a bowl, and it's got all that texture going on in the inner part of those beautiful flowers. So a lovely sterling silver clip back earring. Um, I believe these to be Swarovski. I'm not sure. I need to go and do more research, but I've seen a lot of these, as well as some rings that are similar to these kind of dimensional, multi-tiered, faceted, colored, crystal glass, stones in there. The center pearl is a glass pearl. I believe it's glass. Oh, it might be acrylic. I'm not sure. But those are a fun little stud earring. I'd have to do a quick little research on it. But I've had some rings like this before. These are a fun pierced earring. They have the brand on the back. I think it's Robert Rose, which I have a few jewelry items that are made by that brand. It's a costume jewelry brand, but a little bit nicer. It's like, I don't know, like these are, in fact, some natural stone in there. Not sure which stone, but let's see if it is some version of a quartz. So it might be possibly aventurine. I don't know. Aventurine tends to have a little bit of shimmer in it. Aventurine is a type of quartz. I think that is aventurine. It does have shimmer in it. So those are some really nice, bigger statement earrings. These two necklaces are not highly expensive or anything. This is, in fact, also Robert Rose. That's the only reason I have it here, is because it was the same brand as those earrings. But, this is costume jewelry here. Nothing fancy there. Now, this is marked as Chico's, also costume jewelry. Definitely not. I mean, you can have Chico's vintage, but this had a really beautiful kind of freshwater, one big, huge freshwater pearl from hanging from all that. Okay. So I think this is just antique, bronzed antique color of this chain, which has a very vintage clasp there. It is like a little bit more than 18 inches. But this is like the symbol for medical. My daughter, who graduated from NYU for her undergraduate and her master's, she will be going to med school. And I just know that symbol is like a medicine symbol. So maybe it's possible that this couple inside, maybe they were married and they were both doctors. I don't know. But this is how I purchased it. I got $9.41. Do I? Fantastic. Definitely in the last week or so, I've gained about 10 followers, a little bit at a time. I'm getting there. So anyways, this is a really cool, vintage kind of pendant. I don't know. Would you consider that to be sort of like a, what do you call it when you open them up? A locket. But it doesn't really snap shut per se. But there's a mark down here. Let me see. I don't know. It's possible it could be sterling. I have not tested it, and I'm only referring to this part. This is definitely not sterling, but that's a super cool little thing there. Jen, it's totally worth it to you because there's some beautiful stuff in the hall today, some gorgeous things that you you might want to go back and watch this video. Some of the stuff I didn't actually price it in the video because I just said if someone wanted to buy it, I'd get the price. But some of it I did. Some of it I did, and I used your strategy of sticky notes rather than me, putting them all in my listings and taking all the time to put them in there. But all of these have been priced. But some beautiful stuff there. So definitely check out the video. I know you can zip through it super fast. So that's awesome. It was 9:39 earlier today. So I these were marked $24.99. I didn't pay $24.99. I think I got them on sale. But I'm pretty sure these are probably peridot and possibly white gold. I think that's why I bought them at a discounted price. Just trying to straighten out the post there. If you'll give me 1 second, I'm just going to look at the post on my loop. I would have to test them, but I wouldn't have paid all that money. Ooh, there is a mark. It's so small. Hold on. I think I recall it being 14 karat, but it's like you have to have the light just so perfectly right to read it. Yeah, 14 karat white gold, teeny little, most likely peridot studs, small, little teeny ones. Yeah, that peridot. Okay. And then this one's priced with $35 on. I think I also got that on sale. But we just have some beautiful pearls there. Jen might be able to tell me if those are Akoya because she's really good at recognizing the difference. Now, I can only think if someone put them on gold studs that they have to be more like, I mean, it's a nicer pearl, I would have to think. They're a lifesaver. That's right. My poster, my stick it notes aren't sticking very well because I've had a fan directed towards me during this. Which, whenever I do these haul videos, I don't do a lot of sales on them. And I know that because I'm really just mostly showing them. And then I go and price them and put them on my eBay store and all that sort of thing. But I love showing it to everybody. So today was more of a show and tell. But I'm pretty sure these are 14 karat gold. And I don't know, you probably can't tell from there if they're Akoya, but they are in fact marked 14 karat gold, the back and the post. But they're pretty beautiful. Pearl studs there. Okay. Yes, Akoya pearls, perfectly round. Freshwater would likely bleed flat belly like these are freshwater with the flat belly, and these are perfectly round. So obviously, and the fact that they put them on gold. These are cream in color. It's hard for you to get appreciation for the luminous look in them, but the luster is quite lovely. I can't zoom in on this darn live video, you know? So, yeah, so I have those. And that is all the stuff that I wanted to show you tonight. If there's anything that you were especially interested in, you can reach out to me. And I can get you a price and send you a buy it now for anything I showed you tonight. Most of the stuff I showed you tonight was priced, but some of the smaller stuff here at the end, I didn't have all the prices for. So anyways, there's that. Now, as promised, I do have wearable jewelry here that I'm just going to offer up like super, literally just for fun of, moving it along. Um, so none of this is precious metal, any high end vintage. I mean, so, I'm sorry. You know, expensive, valuable, vintage brands, but there are, I think, vintage pieces in here, but there are some a little more modern. We're going to do this very quick. 99% of the stuff I bring to you here on Virtual Antique Marketplace is vintage. That is the focus of the marketplace. So that's what we focused on tonight in my sale. But I'll do this real quick. This is a triple strand, one really long, then a middle. Those are acrylic cabochons, but it's a necklace there. Um, just some little fun, moving, reticulating earrings there with a mother of pearl things in there. I have a vintage, plastic acrylic uh, necklace here. Sorry, with a spring ring clasp. So I'm literally when I run this auction, that's just for fun. I'm just doing it here at the very end. I'm going to run it for pick two. It's the starting bid is literally pick two for $1.50. I'm doing it for fun. This is all just little plastic open work dangle earrings there. This is wood mostly. Hold on. Course, is it going to be simple to undo all this? No. I had it untangled at one point. Some acrylic things, acrylic long layering necklace there. This has got filigree beads on it, definitely vintage, but just still sorry. It was untangled at one point. So it hangs like this from the chain, and it comes down to all these filigree balls, double strand, but those are acrylic. Okay. I've got this neat artisan made necklace with little floral elements, and you have 3 little spacers of size determination. Definitely a vintage gold tone, possibly Avon necklace here. Let me put a magnet on it. Do not in any way believe it is gold or anything, but you can see the magnetism there. But this kind of screams Avon to me. But it's on, is that a herringbone chain? I don't know. I don't know my chains as well as I should. Spring ring clasp there. So that's an option. I have a very vintage twisting gold tone kind of rope chain here, really long spring ring clasp right there, along with a hair, which I just removed. And this could be used for you to add pendants to. So this is 24, 36 inches on that long gold tone chain. Another vintage necklace here. These are just, it's fun how it's kind of wrapped in a circle like this. These are just acrylic beads and little metal beads, but it's fun. It kind of reminds me sometimes of, this one might be made in Japan, because look at the fun filigree capped tips there. And we've got a box clasp. So this is supposed to be for fun. You guys can bid it up. Probably won't be $1.50 if people are bidding on it, but acrylic, linked, mostly acrylic. However, there are some beads in here. I think that they are, hold on. They kind of look like, I just think they're like painted glass beads on those. They have little flowers on them. Okay. So a really, really long necklace there. You're looking at, sorry, there is an extender on here. Let me take the extender out of the discussion. So we're looking at about 36, probably about 40 inches for that little necklace. This could be vintage. It's got like a popcorn chain, sort of rose gold, rose gold. I don't know what character that thing is, but whatever it is, it's basically pave rhinestones all over, and I believe to be an older clasp there. Okay. I've got this random keychain in here with a D on it. If we know anybody whose name starts with D, it is enameled keychain. And there's this little ring in here. Part of me thinks it kind of has a watermelon effect look to it. I don't know for sure because I don't get enough angles on it. But this is just a costume. But you see how it changes color a little bit, some purples. Costume jewelry, it's changeable in size. I am almost done. You're going to get to pick two we're going to bid it up. This is not sterling silver, but it does have, these are glass, teeny little glass faceted beads on there that gives you a nice dainty shorter chain. Here's another chain here. These are all bezel set acrylic stone. They're not stones, acrylic, beads there that are bezel set. This is button clasp there. I don't know if that's leather, but it's all kind of intertwined and sewn in. But those are faceted glass beads for sure on that. And then the last couple things I'm going to show you. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. There was a lot of really beautiful jewelry tonight. A couple heart earrings here. These are like an art glass with an edging on it. I don't believe those are real pearls. I think it's just glass beads on the top and bottom, but a hook earring there. I'm sure they are not sterling. No, not sterling. So we have those earrings. And then the last thing is, and I'm just going to keep running this over and over again until we run out. If we have any takers, we may have nobody who wants to get a huge bargain, but there are some people who have open orders with me that things are going to get shipped to you. So these are pave, again, rhinestone there, silver tone, not sterling silver, but some cute little earrings there. Okay. So I'm going to start this literally at buy two, choose two for $1.50. I mean, that's the starting bid. I'm not saying it's going to end there, but we'll just see. This is all wearable jewelry, not high end. So I am going to create a listing here. I'm going to snap a quick picture of all those goodies. And this is how we're going to end the night. Can't go lower than $1 on all the stuff that you have for starting an auction. So anyways, this is just a fun little thing to end the night. Okay, I'm moving it to stage. Don't know if I have any takers, but I'm running that now. If anybody is interested, there may not be. But I have Donna in for $1.50. Getting to pick two items of our fun little vintage, little wearable jewelry options there. So which two would you like there? Hurry, please give me a price on both pairs of 14 karat gold earrings, the sterling rhinestone. Can you send that to me in a text, Jen? Because I can't do it during the show, but I can definitely do that for you. Just literally here. I'll just screenshot it and then I'll remember. Hold on. Wonder if it'll let me screenshot. Okay. I just screenshotted it. So I gotcha. I just can't do it this second. But I will definitely. The Morpho butterfly bracelet, the sign for the show to be over is now. Oh, when your light goes out. All right. So she says the seed beads. Yep. The little floral, fun little artisan necklace. This is at the shortest 14 inches, like a choker, but at the longest, it could be 16 inches. So it doesn't have to be that. So you got those. And then the glass on the left. The glass on the left of earrings. Are you saying the heart? Oh, not that one. Okay. The seed beads. Where else do I have seed beads? I guess those are kind of seed beads. They're not like that small. I'm not quite, you got to be more specific. The green and silver. Okay, no problem. So, yeah, they're a little bit bigger, but so we got that one. I forgot to measure that, but definitely vintage necklace there. It's about 30 inches. So that's one, and you get to pick one more. On the left looks like frosted glass. So, oh, this one. Yes, those aren't glass. Those are acrylic, faceted acrylic beads. They look like glass for all intents and purposes, and it's got all the filigree beads. Is that one you're talking about? It's got two strands. The shorter of the strands is about 30 inches. So is that the one you're talking about? Yes, perfect. Okay, let me put that in a bag. I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to push that in a little bit. And I'm going to run it again for anyone else who wants to pick two items for $1.50. You can't beat that. I'm just saying. Let me get a bag here. These are great deals. The beautiful jewelry I bought tonight, it's hard to tell because they were very pricey and expensive, but they were also incredible deals for what they kind of go for price-wise. But anyways, it looks like that's all people want to do with this jewelry. That's cool. And I really appreciate you guys coming and hanging out tonight. Oh, you want me to run it again? No problem. Let me duplicate it and run it again. There we go. So that's for Donna. So we got the two necklaces there. I'm not even sure if it will fit in that bag. I don't know what you're going to pick next, but maybe we'll use that. I need an even bigger bag. You see, I have all these bag sizes to meet all my needs because the jewelry size is always changing. The D, okay, yes, that is a keychain, gold tone, enameled D for Donna. How perfect is that? And so we got that. And the blue beads. Okay. So this is also a vintage. You see it's on a spring ring class. These are all acrylic, but colorful. There you go. So I'll put that away. And I'm going to duplicate it and run it again if anyone is interested in that. And Donna's in. Donna's getting all the good jewelry here. Some good stuff. Just putting this away. We got 4 seconds left. This was just a fun thing to do at the end. Okay, so we got that. I'm going to put this one away with the blue beads and the perfect Donna keychain. Yes, you can see the red. There's 2 red things there. Or actually, there's 3 red things there. Let me show it to you. We have, this is not silver, sterling silver, but a lovely faceted, shorter faceted bead necklace there coming down. It's all faceted glass. That was one of the red things. Oh, we had 2 red things. Or these are acrylic plastic kind of filigree open work on right. Is this the ones you were talking about? Those earrings? They are a hook red on right. I'm not sure if that's what you meant. You could confirm. And then, of course, this one had the color changing effect in that little ring there. Just a little costume ring. This is glass, by the way, on that ring. Is this the correct one? When you say red? Oh, I would like the ring right there. This is shows wear on the back right here. It is just a costume ring. The front actually looks pretty decent. I could take a little pen. I have a gold touch-up pen if you wanted me to, or I could just leave it as it is. I can't. Oh, no, it's all good. I'm not in a rush. You're fine. You're absolutely fine. The sizing of it now currently, you're looking at about a 7, but it is kind of resizable, so you could adjust that as needed. So, right. And did you want me to, like I said, I'm going to clean this ring. Definitely, it does have a little teeny bit of chipping on the edges of some of the glass. You can't really notice it from afar, but it's a vintage glass piece. But again, I love the effect it gives depending on the angle in which it's turning. That would be great using the gold touch-up. So there are just a few spots here that I could touch it up. I don't know if on the back you may not want painted stuff on the back because then it's rubbing against your finger and I don't really know how that'll be, but I could definitely give it a little facelift on the surface of that. And then of course we have, I assume this is the red necklace that you're referring to there. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to duplicate this and I'm going to run it again. If there's anything else. Okay, I'm putting that ring in here. I actually need to get a bigger bag, I think. And there's that. The 2 sets of heart earrings. Yep. So these are glass. Okay. With beads. Those are beads there. Silver tone. And then the silver tone on these looks fabulous. It's not missing any stones or anything like that. So I'll get that for you. I'm going to duplicate it and run it again. If it lets me duplicate, come on, buddy. Maybe it only lets me duplicate it so many times. I know that's not true because I definitely duplicate things more than once. Maybe it's just being not cooperating. Duplicate. Interesting. Don't know why it's not letting me. I may have to go in there and make another one. That's weird. Very strange. I'm going to put that in there, and I'm going to put that in there. We got that. And then I'm going to get these earrings for you. Could I see the one with many stones up front? You can. I gotta run the auction again for you. Hold on one second. I don't know why. Oh, there it did. Now it finally did it. That's weird. It had a blip. It wouldn't let me duplicate, but now it worked. So I'm going to run that again if you're interested in picking two more. Okay. So the one with all the stones, I don't know if this is like a character or something. It's obviously something recognizable. Yeah, I don't know what that is. It's very interesting. All pave rhinestones there. They appear to all be there. Gold tone looks good. The open back has like these flowers. And then it's kind of got like a popcorn style long chain with it. So there's that. You would like the Betsy, that I would like that. Oh, it is kind of Betsy Johnson style. I agree. Okay, so that's one. And you get to pick another. Let me push this in further. Got some dangle earrings. This is like a 3-strand necklace. These are mostly acrylic beads with some glass beads there. Those earrings. This is definitely vintage style, gold tone, uh, twisting rope clasp. This is very Avon to me. Necklace that looks like this on. Okay. Yeah. Everything else you can see. The gold rope. You got it. You got it. I'm going to put that in a separate, I'm going to put it in with the same thing, but I'm going to put it in a separate baggie. Would you like me to run again? Or are you, there we go. This is like super long. It's good. The gold tone on it looks great. The only place I might see anywhere is right on the clasp. It's the only place. Everything else looks fabulous. Okay, no problem. There you go. Running again. If you're interested, there's 10 seconds left on that. You may not want to pick again. That's cool. Oh, she's in again. Okay. So let's put this one in its own baggie so it doesn't get all tangled up. The Avon looking necklace and the blue on the left. Okay. So we got that. And our fun looking person there. Here we go. The one on the left here, this actually is Avon. There is a mark right here for Avon, okay? But they're acrylic faceted bezel set things. But again, as I'm telling a lot of people, a lot of times, with these acrylic, it's incredible how much they can make them facet and have the look of glass. It's, to me, quite incredible. So that's that necklace. I want to say it does have an extender on it, but without the extender, it's about 16 inches, and then there's an extender. So you got that. And then the gold tone on this looks great. It's got some little rhinestones that are right there in the front. Okay. So that's a lovely one. Let me get some baggies for those. Would you like me to run it again? You're welcome. I'm going to put one of these in a bigger bag so they come together. That's all for me. Okay. You just bought a whole bunch of stuff. I want you to just pick one of them for free that I'm just going to give you. You know, I like all the little extra things. So you can have one. I can show you what this looks like. Again, I'm going to let you just pick one, the one in the bag. Let me show you real quick what it looks like. So it's got multiple layers, 3 layers with some hammered kind of stations in these really big kind of chunky things there. Now, the longest layer is pretty long. The shortest layer, it's hard for me to give you a full appreciation of how long, but yeah, it's looking like that. So layer 1, layer 2, layer 3. And it does have an extender, but the extender is not being used currently. So would you like to have that one? Has a little bit of weight to it. All right. No problem. You're welcome. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to get this packed up here for Donna, all her little treasures. And again, you can reach out if there's anything that I showed tonight that you wanted me to, send as a buy it now link or something like that. And y'all have an awesome night. It's been so fun. I this is my true love for the jewelry, is all the really vintage things. So I love showing it to you. See you guys later. Have a good night. And I'll finish packing this up for you. I do have a show on Monday night in a different marketplace. I don't really know what theme I'm going to do yet. I kind of change it up. But yeah, I'll have a show on Monday, and then everything is going to ship out first thing in the morning on Tuesday because I'll be heading out of town. Bye, guys. Take care. Have a good night. Thanks again.